You intend with your broadband band tour, you intend to allow the shooting and photographing of all the moments of the shows to be put at the internet.
Yeah.
And several artists are doing the same.
Yeah.
And do you think this proves that the internet, instead of bad, it's an ally
To the artists?
to the arts in general?
I don't think it proves anything. I mean, it plays things. It exercises things. It experiments. It allows experimentation to different things. If we decide to consider the success of the experiments as a proof, okay, I think that we are now entering a moment, a period, where the internet and the different possibilities that it builds in are giving artists new possibilities of exploration of creativity, of business, of communication. It's giving the artists open possibilities regarding all those aspects of artistry, of making music, and if you would sort of establish the reckoning of the value of the instrument, the value of the internet, I would say that it's those successful experiments are a proof, if you want, that internet is becoming more an ally than an enemy to the artists, more of an instrument that the artist can use positively and successfully than any other thing. It depends on how extensively and how deeply the artists want to use it. I'm sure that we'll have some artists that will absolutely refuse to join this trend of the internet. But I also know that many artists, especially the new ones, the young ones, the newcomers, they are more and more, enthusiastic about using the internet as a real positive instrument for creation, diffusion, and remuneration.
I'm sorry. It's already possible to compose music with partners via internet, even with people you don't even know.
Yeah.
Have you participated in this kind of work?
Not yet.
Do you have an example of this in your album?
No, not yet. Not really using connecting somebody in Europe or another one in the States, another one in Africa, to use a computer and the internet and then compose things together. I haven't done this. No. Maybe because of lack of time, maybe because I'm very even though I do the apology, of technologies. I'm not a good user of them. Maybe because the opportunity hasn't arrived. Maybe I will do it in the future. I don't know. Till now, I haven't done it. I hardly use the computer to write words, to write lyrics. And now I was given a program that allows me to write music, voice, guitars and things, a software that allows me to do it and that I intend to use. But this sharing, people in Brazil are doing. Daniel Jobim was a year ago or something, was doing it with somebody in America, somebody in Europe, somebody in Japan, if I'm not wrong. They were, the four of them, doing things different. America, North America, South America, North America, Europe, and Asia.
Sean Lennon was in the middle of this.
Sean Lennon. Yeah, was doing that together with Daniel Jobim. I wish I was too young. I was as young as they are to do it, but maybe I'll do it in the future.
Some time ago, during an interview, you said your relation with the digital world was not good, that your wife was the one that switched on the machines in the house. How is it now? Do you record at home? How is your relation with computers and internet in a general way? Do you spend a lot of time connected?
Yes, I spend a lot of time connected. I have my own notebook, but she bought it. She gave it to me. She is still the one that, keep me aware, keep me updated about the new sites and the new things and the new tools. And when I say that I have a home studio, it doesn't mean that I have a studio where I live with my family. A home studio, it's a place that I have free access, that belongs to me. I have free access. In the case my studio, it's next door to my office. And it's a place I have free access anytime. So in that sense, I have also a home instrument for recording, a home facility for recording. But I'm still very, very, how would say, touchy in the use of devices and gadgets.
Travel all over the world helps you as a composer. Do you usually incorporate foreign elements to your music?
Not in the sense that if I go to Africa, for instance, to a place in Africa, I will immediately be listening what the rhythms, local rhythms are, and the sounds and everything, so that I can use them for something. No, I'm not that kind of a hunter. No, a collector or something like that. I'm not. But effectively, impressions and memories and mental landscapes, as somebody put it, some moments ago. The landscapes are frequently, kept in my mind, and the sentimental landscapes in my heart, and they eventually become elements that I use in my songs or in my performances, in the way I make my band to sound, and that sort of thing. Especially Africa. Africa influences me a lot. Caribbean music influences me a lot. And Asia, India, and influences me a lot, sound-wise. Sometimes even a memory of a human element, of somebody that I saw, somebody that I recollect as a beautiful image in my mind. Sometimes, but not as a usual procedure. No. It's very a background possibility that comes into reality, into real creativity. Not very often.
Do you think tropicalism still influence your work nowadays?
Yeah. Oh, definitely yes. Tropicalia was a way to apprehend contemporaneity those days in the 60s, as far as Brazil insertion in the world, in the worldish culture. It still applies, I think. We still have to consider the fact that we are still in the process of including not only Brazil in the world, but the world in Brazil. Not only those two things, but every country in every country, every culture in every culture. We are still doing this process, of combination and recombination, and proximity, possibility, making possible the approximation of different cultures and everything. And that is very tropicalistic, that is very much part of the conceptual body, constitutional conceptual body of Tropicalia. And I'm still exercising it, definitely. No escape.
What do you think of foreigners that still think that Brazilian music is only samba?
No, the only ones that still think that way are old people, possibly, that haven't been listening much to contemporary Brazilian music, that they are not informed about the updatings, the state of the art of Brazilian music today. The new people in England, in Japan, the ones that took bossa nova as a referential column, and from then started to consider the expanding of Brazilian music to different genders and styles and everything, those ones, especially young people interested in that processing of Brazilian culture, they know that Brazilian music, it's samba, baião, country Brazilian, northeastern music, country Brazilian,
Funk.
country music, and then rock and roll, and then reggae, and then funk, and then hip hop. Brazilian, it's mixed. It's mixed music, world dish, mixed music today with the basic local ingredients, endogenous ingredients that we have here. But even samba, to be truthful, samba from the very beginning was a blend of European harmonies and melodies with African beats, with the Indian different ways of gathering. The word samba, it's an indigenous Tupi, Tapuya word. It was a big nation, indigenous nation in Brazil named Tapuyas. And among them, a tribe called Cariri in Ceará, in Pernambuco, in parts of Bahia, northeastern of Brazil. When the Portuguese arrived here in 1500, 15th century, they met the Indians at the beach in those beaches, northeastern beaches in Bahia, Pernambuco, and so. And they used to see the Indians playing and dancing. And the Indians called those party groups samba. It's where the word samba comes from. And then we also consider the possible coming of some African words similar to samba that also added to the original samba, Indian samba word, other meanings, and then samba became this style, this national style that we have today. But then baião came through Mexico, from Iberia, from the Iberic Peninsula, from Arabic cultures, and came and established in Brazil a very, very, very strong environment also. And then baião is very strong in Brazil. And then Caribbean music came first through Cuba, and then Puerto Rico, and so and so. And then with reggae, rock and roll came from the States. Jazz was very influential in Brazil in the 50s, last century. Soul, yeah, very open.
Being over 60 years old, you show great vitality, physical and poetic. Being always in contact with young people is your secret. Do you take special care with what you eat and exercising?
Yeah, I take care of my eating and my body care, and also my mind care and my soul care. And contact with youth has a lot to do with that. First of all, with my whole breed, my whole family, my own family. I am a father of 7, from 40 to 16, 17. So, and they bring young people all the time, you know, at home, and I go places with them, and through the political work, through the public serving work, I also been in touch with different people, young people, all the time. And my profession also, you know, as a musician, as an agent, a cultural agent, I am sort of obliged to consider, you know, young generations, take them into account, and establish a dialogue with them in various terms, and that keeps me fresh, so to speak. But it has a lot to do with taking care of my body, and through nourishment, through the ways of eating and drinking, and the way of dosing, you know, of establishing balance in terms of quantity, properly quantifying the consumption of food and drinking and different things, and also reading, keeping very much interested in philosophy, in compared studies, religious studies, comparing the religious statements from different people, yogis and philosophers and griots in Africa, and pais de santo, mães de santo no Brasil, candomblé people in Brazil. I mean, all the sources of wisdom that are available, you know, in different cultures, in different levels of cultural means. I keep fresh, as I said before, through that process of being in touch with different things. Even though the looks, you know, the looking doesn't necessarily tell how young or how old or how wasted or solid you are, but good looking, good appearing, it's a sign of something. I like to look okay.
Gil, our time is nearly over. Do you want to make any other remark or mention?
No, I would like to thank you, all of you, for being with me, for sharing with me, for being interested in keep the interest in music, in Brazilian culture, in all those different possibilities that we have today to enhance our human relationship in various terms, to contribute positively through this attitude that we are having here, contribute positively for the harmonizing as much as possible of the human life in this planet, you know, sharing knowledge and information and all of that, happily and enthusiastically using the new possibilities, the new technological possibilities of like those ones that are at our disposal here. Thank you.
Gil, thank you, muito obrigada. Eu gostaria de lembrar novamente que quem estiver nos ouvindo pode acessar o youtube.com/Gilberto Gil e lembrar que até o final do dia o vídeo com a entrevista completa estará disponível no www.comunix.com.br/webcast. I would like to tell you all that you can access the youtube.com Gilberto Gil, and remind you that until the end of the day, the video with the complete interview will be available at www.comunique-se.com.br webcast. Thank you.
Netinho, um baiano, bom cantor, faz tempo tornou-se um provedor de acesso à grande rede www. Esse menino ainda vira um sábio contratado do Google, sim senhor. Tá. 5 horas.
Falou